Woke finally dead? Hollywood and the Smithsonian seem to be trying to hold on to the coattails of that nonsense ideology. Fortunately, we have guys like Brandon Gill and Donald Trump fighting back. But what is this?
Don't you remember how I came here? I begged to take Continuous's place.
Are you serious? I mean, that just looks absolutely ridiculous.
Face.
Nobody wants to watch this.
Ships.
We watch that again. Oh my goodness. She can't run in that armor. It's ridiculous. And then we have sparkle things. It's just ridiculous. Here's another video. Let's remember what happened during that way back in 2016 with all the woke celebrities trying to tell us what to do.
Republican members of the Electoral College, this message is for you. As you know, our founding fathers built the Electoral College to safeguard the American people from the dangers of a demagogue and to ensure that the presidency only goes to someone who is to an eminent degree endowed with the requisite qualifications.
An eminent degree. Someone who is highly qualified for the job.
The Electoral College was created specifically to prevent an unfit candidate from becoming president.
There are 538 members of the Electoral College. You
and just 36 other conscientious Republican electors can make a difference.
By voting your conscience on December 19th.
And thereby shaping the future of our nation.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
As you know, the Constitution gives electors the right to vote for any eligible person.
Any eligible person, no matter which party they belong to.
But it should certainly be someone you consider especially competent.
Especially competent to serve as President of the United States of America.
By voting your conscience, you and other brave Republican electors can give the House of Representatives the option to select a qualified candidate.
Yeah, we did that.
For the presidency.
I stand with you.
I stand with you.
I stand with you.
I stand with you in support and solidarity with conservatives, independents, and liberals.
And all citizens of the United States.
The American people trust that.
This video is just funny. It's like they couldn't find that many popular people. I mean, that's Moby right there. But half these people I've never even seen before. Kind of disappointed a couple people in there are usually kind of funny. And they're going and telling us all this nonsense. This guy's, a couple of the, where does it go? This guy is a good actor, but most of these people this guy everybody knows. Most of the rest of them I've never seen in my life. But, obviously nobody paying any attention to their ridiculous beliefs. It says here that the Smithsonian has been doing some quite ridiculous things.
The Smithsonian was promoting as a document to be upheld around that time period, 2020, 2021, whatever it may have been, suggested that objectivity was a tool of white supremacy. I think we can all agree that that is facially ridiculous. And you think objectivity is a tool of white supremacy?
I'm not going to interrupt you. I just want to say you presume things that were not true.
Do you believe that objectivity is a tool of white supremacy?
You said we can all agree on something. I'm just saying we don't all.
Can we all agree that objectivity is a tool of white supremacy?
That requires a longer discussion we're going to have in the 6 minutes we have left.
So what I posed the question to you, is objectivity
I just don't want you to make assumptions.
But you interrupted me to make that point.
Because you made an assumption about me that's not true.
So
just continue on.
No, I'd like to know, is your assumption inaccurate?
I want you to continue.
Well, look, you interrupted me, so I'm giving you the opportunity to weigh in.
I'm giving you the opportunity to finish your thought.
Because we don't have that much.
The Smithsonian was promoting.
Man, that guy's a waste of time. He was just trying to cause problems. I mean, it's unbelievable the types of nonsense that the Smithsonian is pushing. And people push this critical race theory nonsense. I mean, it's just absolutely absurd. You guys have probably seen this graphic before. Let's see if I can zoom in. Kind of. No, it's too glitchy. But, this putting rugged individualism, emphasis on the scientific method, something created by an Anglican, right? Created by Christians. Protestant work ethic as well. Status, power, authority, future orientation, knowing the effing time. These are all considered aspects of white supremacy. I mean, that's just absolutely ludicrous to be pushing these narratives. So here we got from Colin Rugg's account a video of Brandon Gill talking back to the Smithsonian and telling them what's up.
Objective.
Thank you, sir, for the question. I think that
There are many goals of history, and certainly as you collect, as we do, examine evidence, create scholarship.
Is objectivity one of the goals of history?
We strive to be objective and nonpartisan and not based on any ideology.
So it's one of the goals. Doesn't that seem a little bit concerning? It certainly does to me, because as part of this white supremacy document that your organization has promoted, objectivity is a core and defining aspect of white supremacy culture. Do you think that it's the goal of the Smithsonian Institution to promote white supremacy culture?
Sir, do you mind sharing with me which document?
It's white supremacy culture right here. This is part of the mass action toolkit that your organization has promoted for several years now under your leadership. Are you promoting a white supremacy culture at the Smithsonian?
Am I promoting a white?
Ma'am, is this a difficult question?
No, sir, I'm just thinking about the mass action toolkit. We didn't develop it, but back to your question, no, we're not promoting any ideology.
Does it concern you that your goal is objectivity? One of your goals is objectivity, and your mass action toolkit references objectivity as a defining characteristic of white supremacy culture?
It's not our toolkit.
It is your toolkit. You've been promoting it for quite some time.
We did not come up with a toolkit, sir.
But you've been promoting it.
It is used as a reference, I believe, probably in 2019, 2020.
Yes, under your leadership, it has been used as a reference. Is Mickey Mouse racist?
Mickey Mouse is not racist.
It's not racist. According to the Smithsonian Institution, one of your exhibits referenced Mickey Mouse as representing, quote, vestiges of long-standing traditions of blackface minstrelsy. Would you describe that as racist?
No, the historical trajectory of the origins of Mickey Mouse tied directly
so Mickey Mouse is rooted in racism. Is that your testimony?
No, sir, it's rooted in minstrelsy.
Minstrelsy, you don't think that blackface minstrelsy is racist?
It had certain obvious racial overtones that have been well documented.
You think that that's problematic, that Mickey Mouse also has those racial overtones?
It's not for me to determine what's problematic. It's determined to me what's accurate.
Is that right?
Yes,
is it important to be polite?
Excuse me, sir?
Is it important to be polite?
Yes, sir.
It's also interesting because the same mass action toolkit that your organization has been promoting references politeness as a defining characteristic of white supremacy culture. Ma'am, are you a white supremacist?
No, sir.
You're not. Can you help me square why your organization says that being polite is part of being a white supremacist?
I'm not exactly familiar with that passage of the Mass Action Toolkit, which is not.
I can show you the passage.
She's lying
right here.
I don't. Pardon me?
I said I just read you the passage from it.
And then your question was, sir?
We're going to move on. What is Latina power?
What is Latino power?
Latina power.
This lady is expert level at narcissistic control tactics. She's trying to control the conversation even though she knows she's losing. Her pauses and attempts to not answer questions should get her in more trouble, I think.
Latina power would be the forces derived from being a Latina.
Do you think that it's appropriate for the Smithsonian Institution to sell Latina power paraphernalia? Hats, mugs, other things that say Latina power?
I believe that the merchandise our store sells.
I'm asking you if it's appropriate.
Tries to reflect the richness of the communities.
So your testimony is that it is appropriate?
Those are your words, sir.
I'm asking you, is it appropriate to sell Latina power paraphernalia? It's a yes or no question.
I don't have control over what is sold.
I'm asking you if it's
stores.
appropriate. I didn't ask you if you have control over it. Is it appropriate?
You, sir. Yeah.
Yes or no?
Again, we strive to represent all Americans, and including.
Is it appropriate? Yes or no?
We strive to represent all Americans in our museums, including in our merchandise.
Is that right? My time's up.
Wow, I am not impressed with that woman. Holy cow. Extremely dishonest and extremely condescending, like she's too good to be there or something. It's pathetic. And but here we go back to this woke nonsense. The Smithsonian is woke. The Odyssey is woke. The Odyssey was Hollywood's last stand for wokeness, says Kang Min Lee.
The Odyssey is Hollywood's last stand for wokeness. If it does well, then it gives them permission to continue wokeness, put the pedal to the metal, and floor it on wokeness. If it fails, then their wokeness project dies in Hollywood. Unfortunately, it looks like it's doing well, so they're gonna completely go balls to the wall and green light, full throttle on wokeness, in my opinion. And yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Like the success of the Odyssey is gonna give Hollywood the green light to go full throttle on wokeness. So wokeness isn't dead. The right needs to stop doing this, snake oil pitch saying woke is dead, chuds win. Like, of course, we can celebrate our victories. I'm not saying we always have to black pill, but you have to be reality pilled. That we enjoyed victories like Trump in office, lowest migration rate into America ever in like recent history. We have wins and wins and wins against trans, quote unquote, rights. We had the Dobbs decision overturned, which kind of proved to be a little bit politically hurtful, actually, for the cause of the right, which is, something that maybe I'll cover later in a different segment. But yeah, we enjoyed a brief taste of minor victories in politics and in the culture war. And then what did we do with those victories? Well, we proceeded to, after the death of Charlie Kirk, devour each other with Egyptian conspiracy theories, Egyptian planes, beekeepers, Mossad, purple shirts, maroon shirts, and just absolute pure retardation and infighting. And so, of course, the left's going to win. They're going to bulldoze over us very soon. So the right needs to wake up and realize that the left, they're going to come, and woke 2.0, dark woke as they're calling it, it's going to come in full force very soon because the Odyssey gave them permission. When all these woke movies are dying, the Odyssey's like, hey, look, we're going to be woke, but not actually woke. And then so many conservatives fell for it. That's why I appreciate Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh didn't fall for it. And he actually gave very good thoughts on it. And they're going to go full force. So it's not going to be like the trans person that we just showed you today where they're freaking out like, microaggressions, she's not misgendering me, right? But it's that same temperament and psychopathy, but it's going to be channeled into what? Unbridled violence, terrorism, psychopathy, and cultural subversion. So understand that this dark woke is gonna be truly an existential, civilizational, even like our lives will be on the line. There will be a threat to all of us. And if the Trump admin doesn't do anything in the next 2 years, yeah, we're kind of screwed, I think. I think we're in for a really, really dark next few years. So politically, we have to win. We have to crack down on illegals and foreigners. America has to get the SAVE Act passed. They have to get the cultural institutions under control.
Absolutely. Start with the Smithsonian. They're just out there indoctrinating children. It's disgusting. We need some kind of catchphrase, says Aaron McIntyre. Release the gill. The gill will run wild. It's gill time. I don't know. Someone help me with this one.
According to the ABA's website, quote, all of us have implicit biases. Would you agree with that statement?
The ABA believes that diversity, equity, and inclusion improves the
Would you agree with the statement that, quote, all of us have implicit biases from the ABA's website?
The ABA believes that diversity in all of
Is
its
that a
realms
yes?
is
Can
important.
I take that? It's a yes or no question. Do you believe that all of us have implicit biases, as your website says?
The ABA looks to remove barriers, and we examine...
That's not my question, ma'am. Do you believe that all of us have implicit biases?
I've expressed what the ABA is doing.
That is the ABA's position, as expressed by their website. Against which groups do you have implicit biases?
The ABA believes that it's important to always explore...
Are you going to filibuster? Because it doesn't make you sound very good. I'm going to ask you again, against which groups do you have implicit biases?
It's important to always examine everyone's point of view and where they may need to consider...
It is. What about your point of view?
I am here as the president of the American Bar Association.
And I'm asking you what your implicit biases are.
The ABA is an entity.
Have you reflected on your implicit biases?
I think about how I operate
What are they?
the world constantly.
Would you like to explain to us what they are?
I am here speaking on behalf of the ABA, and the ABA
I love that line so much. Why did I never think about that? I've always hated the concept of implicit biases, and I was never as smart as Brandon Gill and thought I should ask them what their implicit biases are if everyone allegedly has them. And here's the thing that Kongmin Lee was referencing, and about Matt Walsh discussing the Odyssey. Just saw the Odyssey. Despite what you may have heard, literally all of the criticisms by conservatives were entirely correct. The movie is just as woke as you fear, if not more so. The DEI casting is atrocious, completely takes you out of the story right from the beginning. But even worse than that is Nolan's decision to turn Odysseus into an anachronistic, whiny, solemn shell of a man plagued by trauma and guilt. It's impossible to overlook these flaws because the film itself is not terribly entertaining or well constructed. For the most part, it is disjointed, dull, self-serious, disenchanted, somehow feeling both verbose and overly rushed at the same time. The dialogue is some of the worst I've ever seen in a critically acclaimed film. On the nose and clunky are not descriptions that can even begin to describe this script. At no point in the story does Nolan ever transport the audience to the ancient world. You never feel like you're 3,000 years in the past. You feel like you're watching modern Americans put on a pageant, because you are. Nobody would be calling this thing a masterpiece if it was made by a director not named Christopher Nolan. Okay, I mean, obviously, Nolan just wants to win some Oscars. That's why he did all his diverse casting. He doesn't care. He just wants to win some Oscars so he can say he did. You know, we're way past Batman and Memento and all those other great movies, and it's unfortunate. And this really appealed to people because it got 8.6 million views on X. People are tired of this nonsense. It says here, his follow-up comment is, if you want an epic that actually gets into the mind of an ancient warrior and transports you to their time and place, watch The Northman. That was a masterpiece. This is not. I also really like The Northman. I think it maybe got a couple negative reviews from a couple of people because it's quite violent, but I think it's a really good movie. The three fatigues of the Odyssey: race swap fatigue, gender swap fatigue, Zendaya fatigue. And then here's one from Glenn Beck. We are now witnessing the fallout of the experts telling parents to accommodate their kids every single discomfort, right? That's been part of the woke narrative as well. Like all the leftist college campus losers, all the useless, worthless leftist professors arguing that that their kids should just be able to get away with anything. Oh, what I was going to say is that the world is out to get them. That's the woke narrative, is that there's nothing intrinsically valuable about people. You're just a reflection of outside influences. But let's hear what Glenn Beck has to say.
So this happened a couple of years ago. It's now just making the rounds, so I just saw it. But it happened to a Florida student, 27 years old. And I'm watching this, and there's a reason I'm leading with this before we get into the Van Jones and everything else. I'm watching this, and I actually am heartbroken because this person has no future. No future. They are never, ever going to be able to produce. They'll never be able to hold a job. They'll never be able to have a normal relationship, and not because of their gender dysphoria or whatever it is, not because of any of that. You'll never be able to be outside of a toxic relationship because you are so fragile, you can't handle somebody telling you the truth. And believe me, that's what a marriage is. That's what a relationship is. A relationship, you can say, I love you. Oh, I just love you so much. I just love you. I just love you because I tingle every time we kiss. Every time I see you, it's love. No, love is when somebody sees the worst in you and still loves you and says, sweetheart, that's got to change. This is not healthy for you, okay? That's love. That's love. The rest of it is, I don't know what it is, but it's not love. Lasting love tells you the truth. And oh my gosh, I'm turning into Jack Nicholson. You can't handle the truth. And that's the problem. Now, I want you to listen to this. There's a guy, I don't know what the original altercation was. I think it involved a stolen car or something. Police are there, show up. They're just trying to get answers. And the guy is freaking out. Now, I'm picking this up about 3 minutes in, but I just want you to listen to his behavior.
What's the problem?
Why do you let those kids get away with this? They are not supposed to be here!
If you don't lower your voice, I am going to put handcuffs on you, and I'm going to take you to a Baker Act facility. Can we get another unit to deal with Jay Lee here? He is having a breakdown.
Shay! Just say
He's shouting Shay. My name is Shay.
7351. Get down on the ground right now.
No!
You're about to get sprayed.
No, just
get down on the ground right now.
Leave me alone!
I can come in there.
Leave me alone, please!
Okay, are you going to calm down?
I'm getting my phone out. I have to film this.
I'm telling you. Are you going to calm down?
I will calm down. I will calm.
Do you know what this is?
I will calm down when you get the pepper.
Stop for a second. He's pulling his phone out because he thinks he's being the reasonable one. He's pulling the phone out because the cop has been, you have to watch this whole video. The cop has been very reasonable the whole time. And the kid just keeps getting out of control. He's like, you know what? I'm done. And so he's freaking out, constantly shouting about his pronouns and having a full-fledged meltdown. What you're seeing here is the thing we used to always be embarrassed about when our 3 or 4-year-old did it in a grocery store, where they go spread eagle on the floor and they're like, I want Cheerios! And before you have children, you're like, my children will never behave that way. And then you have children, and then at 3 and 4 years old, they go spread eagle on the grocery store floor. And you're like, sorry. And, it's bad. That's what happens to a 3 or 4-year-old. This kid is 27 years old, and it's not just him. Go ahead and roll some more here.
What this is?
I will calm down when you get the pepper spray out of my face.
Alpha 17.
Leave me alone. Stop threatening me.
Yeah, lower your voice.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It's tragically sad.
It is pretty sad.
Imagine getting a phone call telling you your adult child has been arrested.
It really is. I'm here.
And you see this video.
Or if you'd rather pivot to.
What the heck?
Now you're one of two kinds of parents, I think. You're the parent that has helped create this. And so you rush in and go, the police were bad to my son. And then you're part of the problem.
Yep.
Or you are somebody who has tried, but all of society, all of school, everything else has just destroyed your child. And you've tried, and maybe you made mistakes because you didn't know what else to do. And all of the experts were saying, you've got to embrace this. You have to use the right pronouns. Otherwise, they'll kill themselves. And you had no idea what to do. But now you're seeing your 27-year-old son still in college behaving like this. And you have to know, my son's doomed. My son is doomed. He will never be able to be in a relationship. He will never be able to support himself. He will never be independent.
That's really sad. But yeah, check out the rest from Glenn Beck's X account there. And let's check out this final video. Despite all this nonsense, people are sick of it. People are sick of the woke nonsense. People are sick of the indoctrination. People are sick of what's happening everywhere from the Smithsonian to public schools. And they are fully supporting Republicans and Donald Trump. Donald Trump has an unbelievably high approval rating, higher than anyone, highest in party approval this century, it says, out of any second-term president. This is from CNN, of all places.
Trump and Dorsey is one Senate primaries of non-elected incumbents. So we're not just looking at elected incumbents, right? We're looking at open seats or appointed incumbents who have never actually won the Senate seat. Look at this. Since 2022, it's about 95% of the time. This year, in fewer races, it's 100% of the time. No wonder why the prediction markets and the conventional wisdom have moved so rapidly once Trump made that endorsement, because at least in Senate races, Trump's record this year, 100%, And since 2022, nearly 100%. There has never been somebody I have seen as powerful in terms of their ability to move the electorate in primaries than the current president of the United States, Donald John Trump.
What's one reason for that?
One reason why is because Trump is still very popular with Republicans. Just take a look here. Okay, 21st century own party approval rating, about at this point in the second term. We got Trump, we got Obama, we got Bush. Look, they're all fairly popular, but the one who is the most popular, and we have seen this time in and time out, no matter when you look, is Donald John Trump. He's the only one who's over 80%. 83% of Republicans still approve of the job that Donald Trump is doing as president. He still has that magic touch. We'll see if it carries over to South Carolina, but we've seen it in primaries this year, Senate primaries, and that is because he is still a very popular man, historically popular when it comes to his own party liking and approving of the job that he's doing.
So it was.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So hopefully midterms will go well, but people are going to have to show up. Still got to show up and not be stagnant. All right, have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching this long. Like, share, comment. It all helps.